So my name is Paula Levy, and I was raised but not born in Colorado Springs. Moved here when I was about 2.5, so I've lived here quite some time. I got into the senior field per se right out of college. I studied recreation and gerontology and went back to a nursing home that I did a field work at for college and got a job as an activity assistant. And they had just put secure doors up at the end of a hallway and called it an Alzheimer's unit. That was the beginning of Alzheimer's units. And they needed someone to go back and do something with the people that they had contained because they were wandering all over the facility. And so I just said, you know what, I'll go back there. And I never came out. I just loved that population. I just found my people. So a year later, the Penrose St. Francis, now Centura Health, built a freestanding 65-bed Alzheimer's facility right behind the Broadmoor, which was not even 10 miles from the facility I was working at. And it was state of the art. It was really something special. And I applied for that activity therapist position, and I got it a year later. So I got to develop a program in a state-of-the-art facility, and several of the people from that facility I was working made the trek over to the facility where I was now working, Namaste. And my love for my work just grew. So Namaste had put the plans in for an adult day program on the lower level, and the time came that they wanted to start that. So I got to start that up. I got to oversee, not knowing anything about day programs, but having a whole hospital system behind me. I had dietary and housekeeping, and I just kind of put the program together, and we had a day program. We had transportation to and from because of the hospital transportation. It was really easy. And so that was a great feeder into the upstairs, the residential. And then it was so popular that they wanted a program out north because it was quite south of Colorado Springs. So we did a satellite program of that, and it just took off. It was really a good program. And then my last 2 years at Namaste, 98, 99, I got my long-term care administrator's license, and I ran the whole thing, which kind of took me out of my hands-on love and realized that wasn't really my jam. So I left Namaste on maternity leave with our second son, and we moved up here. And my husband was in the restaurant business, and we moved up here and purchased this restaurant we're sitting in. This was Chalet, and I was a mom, 2 boys, and volunteered a lot in the community. And the Alzheimer's Association was looking for someone to do caregiver support groups up here, and I said I could do that, and I did, and I still do. 23 years later, I do their caregiver support group in Teller County. And out of that group I saw the need for a respite care program here in Teller County. The people that could come to my group couldn't because they didn't have any place to take their loved one, even for an hour of support. So I found a little house, and I Googled what it would take to start a day program without hospital support. To start a nonprofit. It was going to be nonprofit, and I just went for it. I actually, the day I Googled it, I joined the National Adult Day Service Association, and that night I got an email in my box The webinar this week was titled, "So You Want to Open an Adult Day Program?" And I was like, oh, and I did.
Joining us right now is Paula Levy to tell us all about Daybreak. So educate us, what is Daybreak?
Daybreak is a respite care program, twofold. One, it gives the at-home 24/7 caregiver a break in their day. It affords them a chance to take care of themselves while we take their loved one into our program and allow them a day out, a day to create community with peers, to enjoy activities, outings, lunch, pets, music, all sorts of fun activities.
And you founded this nonprofit.
I did.
Tell us what inspired you to do that.
I'm fortunate that my passion is my work and my work is my passion. So the more I delved into it, the more respect I got, because the more of an expert I became. And so 30 plus years later, I'm well respected. I'm like the Alzheimer's super nanny. You know, people call me for questions. People send people to me.
Paula Levy has really relieved our family from the burden of dementia.
She gave us a sense of hope when a lot of times we didn't know what was going on. We were scared or frustrated.
I grew up with all 4 grandparents in my life until my late 20s, early 30s, when I lost the last one. They were all 4 at our wedding. I spent the night at my dad's parents' house regularly on Friday nights. In fact, my grandma, Lucero, told everyone that she raised me because I spent a lot of nights at her house. And my mom was like, no, she didn't, but we'll let her say that. You know, COVID did a number on our seniors and nursing homes by keeping people out and keeping them isolated in their rooms. Just took those people 10 years further in the progression of whatever they had going on.
Seemed like for a long time I was by myself from about 8 o'clock in the morning until about 9 o'clock at night. And I about went crazy by myself, but here I get to talk to somebody, think about different things that I haven't thought of for a long time.
And you can each pick a story out of whatever. You say a lot of things, and I think, God, I haven't thought about that for years.
It seems like, you know, whenever you're alive, you really remember just about, you don't remember everything, but you remember a lot of things that, you know, you can't tell it by yourself.
No,
I've been fortunate to have experiences with elderly people that a lot of people wouldn't get otherwise, through my grandparents, of course, and then through, you know, being involved here. And you know, it gives you an appreciation that you really can't get unless you sit down and spend time with people. You know, these are people just like everybody else, and they have the same needs and the same desires, and they have the same type of fun, and they want the same things out of life that everybody else does.
What brings me a lot of joy is serving the community in a variety of ways. My husband had a servant heart. We both have huge servant hearts.
I mean, it's been amazing because I know she loves what she does, and I think that's number one. You know, she loves it, and that love that she has comes through in you know, the passion that she projects for the aging community. It's like, can't imagine her doing anything else. It's all I've seen her do really since I was a kid.
Real estate is at a premium these days, but no one else does what Paula founded here. No one else does that. We both were in the senior industry in the Springs, and they don't even have these kind of programs for people with dementia in the Springs. A day program that you can come. There used to be, but a couple of them didn't continue.
And what's unique about this space, because it feels like home, and that's the mission of Daybreak, is to be a home away from home, is that it is a home, it is a house, but it's also zoned commercial. So you can't find many of those buildings that are commercial that can be made to feel like home or already feel like home, because I won't compromise, and I hope she won't compromise going into like a metal building and trying to make it homey.
And we've been asked, you know, are there going to be other day breaks? We don't know that going forward, but there certainly is a need for
There's
the
a huge
programming that Paula has found it here.
Mhm.
I mean, it's so, you can just see the change when people come here.
My favorite thing of all time is working with seniors living with dementia. It fills my heart, overflows it, and working with their caregivers.
And now after transitioning in the leadership of this place, she's just looking to expand her reach and help more people that have an aging family member or a family member that's struggling with some kind of memory impairment, to make sure that they have the highest quality of life for as long as they possibly can, not only for that person but for the family. And she's got such a talent and a passion for that. It's her calling without a doubt. So